Hey, am I live? Did I make it? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, my friend Selma. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Who do we have here? We have John. John Paul. How are you, my friend? Appreciate you being here. Our friend Selma is up top too. I don't know if she's still here or not. So, if it's just me, if it's just me and John, if it's just me and Selma, whoever it is, before we get any people show up, before the conversation might steer in different directions, I just did a video on my members channel for the 7 spiritual laws of success as offered by Deepak Chopra. This is an original copy I got in 1993. It's signed by Deepak. He actually signed it in 2002 when my wife and I, at the time, she wasn't my wife yet, soon to be, in another 2 years, we took a trip up to New York City to meet Deepak. He gave a talk. Awesome talk. Awesome way to spend my first trip, which the person that was soon to become my ex-wife, and several years later, soon to become my ex-wife, and then several years later, soon to become the person that I've spent the past 23 years with in various forms of commitment. She is truly, truly one of the successes of the 7 spiritual laws of success. This isn't a self-help book. It is the disappearance of the small self and the replacement of the big self. It is becoming who we truly are. Who we truly are begins with the lesson number 1, or the spiritual law number 1. And spiritual law number 1 is the law of pure potentiality. The law of pure potentiality, let me read it real quick. Hey, Stuart, I'll be with you in a minute. Law of pure potentiality says the source of all creation is pure consciousness, pure potentiality seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, how are you? And when we realize that our true self, that's self with a capital S, is one of pure potentiality, we will align with the power that manifests everything in the universe. That is who we are. We will align with the power of the universe itself. So when we realize pure potentiality is who we are, nothing is off limits. What is it that you would seek? Stuart says hello. Hey, Stuart, I'll be with you in just a minute. What is it you want to accomplish in 2025? Let's scratch that word. Accomplish. When we think accomplish, it means there's something outside of your reach that you are taking, something that you don't have, and trying to make it into something that you do have. That's an accomplishment. We're not going to talk about accomplishments. We're going to talk about manifesting. And there's a difference, because you don't manifest something from nothing. As the Zen Sutra, the Buddhist Zen Sutra, the Heart Sutra, emptiness is form, form is emptiness. When you realize that, you realize that everything comes from emptiness anyway. So you don't have to seek to make something from nothing. Nothing becomes something. And it does so through the power of pure consciousness, because who you truly are is pure consciousness. And nothing is separate. Nothing is found. Show me one thing. Hold up something that is not pure consciousness. Show me something in your life that does not, that you are not aware of, that is not within your realm of consciousness itself. So what we do is we realize that we are pure potentiality. We can create anything within our lives. Hey, retirement, my friend, how are you? It's pretty exciting news, right? It was for me when I read this in 1993. When I read this in 1993, there was also suggestions. How do we implement the laws of pure potentiality? We enter a state of silence at least 2 times a day. Let's start with 5 minutes twice a day, and let's call it meditation. Just returning to silence. How do you return to silence when your mind is crowded, when you're having all kinds of thoughts? By realizing silence is already present. Silence is that which allows those thoughts to be there. Without silence, you wouldn't be having thoughts. And without silence, the thoughts certainly wouldn't make any sense, because it would just be one continuous noise in the brain. It would have no meaning, because it's the silence between every word, the silence between every sentence, that gives it meaning. Imagine a song that didn't have silence between notes, and it would be called noise. Just one constant stream of noise. It's the space between notes that makes the song. And then they say it's the space within the vase that holds the flowers. Beautiful saying. So when you get quiet, you get in touch with your true essence, the pure potentiality of who you are. There is a mantra that you can use to activate the law of pure potentiality, and it is Om Bhavam Nema. Om Bhavam Nema. And when that actually means, loosely, I am absolute existence. I am absolute existence. So how you use the mantra is sit comfortably in a chair, your back straight. It doesn't have to be ramrod straight, just straight, comfortable, relax, breathe easily and naturally. Your eyes closed, and think the words Om Bhavam Nema. Got it? O-M, Om, Bhavam, B-H-A-V-A-M, Nema, N-A-M-A-H, sort of like Namaste, Nema, just the beginning. And you think that. And you think it again. And then you think it again. It doesn't have any cadence, doesn't have any rhythm. Think it when you remember to think it. And then you're going to have all kinds of other thoughts. Don't worry about them. Because soon you remember, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be thinking Om Bhavam Nema. And you just come back to it naturally and easy. And you just think it again. And you think it again. And then you'll forget it. And then you'll remember it. Whatever happens is perfectly okay to happen. If you forget it, it's okay to forget it. Do that for 5 minutes, twice a day. The second way to activate your essence as the law of pure potentiality is getting out in nature. 20-minute walk, enjoying nature. A lot of people have asked me, well, what do you do if you live in a city? Nature's everywhere. Nature is a cloud. Nature is one blade of grass. Nature is a bird song. If you can hear a bird song, you're experiencing nature. If you can see an ant, if you see a crack in the sidewalk with a blade of grass coming through, you're experiencing nature. You can't escape it. Nature is everywhere. The third way, practice non-judgment. Eric Lapointe, send us a thumbs up. Thank you, Eric. Much appreciated. The third way is practicing non-judgment. Here's the most important thing of all. Practice non-judging yourself for when you judge, because you will. You will judge someone, and then you will say, man, I was supposed to be practicing non-judgment, and I forgot. I'm horrible at this. Guess what? You're judging yourself. When you practice non-judgment, you don't judge yourself. So when you find yourself judging other people, situations, events, and then you judge yourself for judging yourself in an infinite loop of regression, what do we say, Stuart? What's our mantra? Let that shit go, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. Right.
There was a song actually called from Frozen, "Let It Go."
Oh yeah, I never saw Frozen.
Well, that's one of the songs that was in Frozen. Was
I'm
"Let
gonna
It
have
Go."
to look that up. Burpees and Chill, the legendary, who cemented his legacy with an easy 500 reps, nasal breathing, and then said, "Man, that was easier than the day before." When you begin to make nasal breathing look easy, or when nasal breathing becomes easy to you, you've reached a whole new level of existence.
I'm in Leo's bad books.
What would you do?
He was talking. I didn't know he finished because I was making Wendy a sandwich, and
Thank you,
I
Eric.
said, "Why are you talking?" He's like, "Why are you talking?" He's like, "I'm done." I went, "Oh,
Oh, I
I
saw
didn't
that.
know."
I saw that. He's like, "What are you talking about, man? Calling me out?" Leo says, "Much love to the goat." Yep, I saw that. That's all right. You were just trying to keep him on point.
I mean, I don't know his missus very well, but I mean, she came in and he's like, and I was like, "Oh, have you been gagged?" But yeah, it was an awesome life.
So he's got two
Right on,
more.
right underneath you, you know that if you're on a vertical stream, you see who's next. Right underneath you is Poor Man's Gym
Oh yeah,
on my side.
yeah. I don't see that.
Poor Man is live.
I see that our friend Signature is live. Signature's a good guy. Absolutely love him. Jamie Brown was
Yes,
live. I'm sorry I missed Jamie. Jamie, if you're still here, I'm sorry I missed you, my friend. Um,
oh,
so he's got two more Pelican Bay routines. He wants to do one with the vest, 40-pound vest, and then he wants to do. This is the ultimate for me. I had this in mind. I never did it. I did Pelican Bay 30 down, an extra 35 reps, and then I decided at rep 35 to keep going, and I got an additional 250 reps for 750 total. But then it occurred to me what I should have done was reversed it and did all the way from 30 to 1 and then 1 back to 30 with another additional 35 reps. And then I told Leo this was my thought, and Leo said, "Okay, I'll do it." So he's got maybe two more Pelican Bay. Eric Point says, "Leo, facts, I messed up the counting the whole time, but nasal is crazy. It nasal breathing puts it all in the realm of the mental. It becomes a mental exercise."
on other news, still waiting on an email.
I believe
Still
that's
not got
directed
one.
towards you, Eric Lapointe. Hey, Goldie.
Hey,
Vamps is here.
Goldie.
Hi there, lovely people. Eric Point says, well, Eric Lapointe, send another Joel. Thank you. Eric Point says, yes. So you got Eric Lapointe right here. So you can say, you could save an email and say, "Hey, Eric, this is what I have in mind." Otherwise, I mean, he's eventually going to email you, but
Well, if I want to
just
do a vertical live stream, joint stream, I need to send him a link so he can join me.
okay, that makes sense.
I'll get out of here, Eric.
Well,
Been doing burpees off the wall.
looking forward to the double Pelican Bay routine. We'll most likely do it this week. That's crazy doing it this week. That would be his uh, third in the space of man and double, so it would be his fourth. Man, I wonder. It's got, man, it's going to be harder, Leo.
I've not
Going
got
back up.
61 I've not got 61 burpees under my belt.
It's true.
I got 61 burpees.
Pep says, Leo, is that you? Yep, that's Leo. Leo is burpees and chill.
What's 4 count burpees?
Oh, 4 counts is without the push-up. So it's a regular burpee. It's actually the original burpee. Burpees were named from someone in the British Army. Royal Burpee was his name, and he came up with the exercise of doing. You go down like you got to do the regular burpees that we all do, but you don't do the push-up. So you do the 4 count. It's everything but a push-up. It's a great place to start.
Okay.
And then you can do, you can add, Eric Point says, nice yoga, I didn't know that. Yep, absolutely. That's why they're called burpees. And then you can begin to add 1 6 count burpee with the push-up, like every 5 reps. So you do 4 count burpees, and then on your 5th rep, you do 1 with a push-up. So you're only doing 1, but you're getting yourself stronger as you progress.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Michael. It says, don't want to have doubts. Master the 4 count, and you will legitimately be a burpee practitioner. Absolutely. Eric Point says, I almost did it today, but then I was like, nope, not today. Man, can Eric Lapointe beat Leo to the punch? Can Eric Lapointe be the very first person that I know of to do? Man, you know how much I dislike saying that? Because I should have stepped up and did it when I had the opportunity. Man, maybe I'll run down to my basement right now and go ahead and knock out 1,000 reps before bed. Let's see.
So basically, the 4 count is no push up.
Right.
So it's just basically 2 left legs, 2 right legs, and then a press up.
Not doing any press up at all. 0
It's
press
just
up. 4 count is perfect. This is what Leo says. The 4 count is perfect. Starter fishy, practice it. So, on a different note, Leo, I was thinking, you and I both talked about how you get that great feeling when you progress down from 30 and you break that 20 rep mark and you realize, man, I'm in the teens now. I only have to do 19 burpees. I only have to do 18 burpees. Then you break 15 and you're like, man, I only got 14 and 13. It's going to be the opposite going back up. Man, I don't want to plant this thought. I don't want to sound, this is going to be a mental toughness routine for sure. Eric Point says, so 4 times it is. Yeah, 4 counts is an excellent place to start. I still use 4 counts as part of my warm-up. I'll do like 10 4 counts, and then I do 10 1 pumps, then I'll do 10 2 pumps. So yeah, 4 counts. When Max Edwards, Busy Dad himself, hurt his shoulder, he just took his 4 counts up to a whole nother level. Leo says he can do it if he wants to. I'll just do a triple. There you go. That's Leo. And Eric Point says so 4 times it is. Crazy talk from you guys.
So
Hey Hutch.
is it like a plank, but you're just using your legs?
Yeah, it's like you go into that plank position and then you spring back up.
I'll see, Jace.
Hey, I don't have enough room in here, or I would demonstrate real quick. It would also drive my cat crazy. Anyone want to make a quick short showing Stuart how to do a 4-count burpee? Hutch says, can't stay tonight. Just wanted to say hi. I appreciate that, Hutch. Thank you. Vamp says, hi there, Paul. Eric Point says, Richard Runstrell was talking about doing it. Talking about 4 counts? Or talking about Pelican Bay? It's the burpee without the push-up fishing, says Leo.
Right, so
Leo
I'm
says-
basically standing there with my arms like up against the wall. And it's just like 1,
Well,
2.
if you did this, I
Four.
don't even know if you'd have to use the wall anymore.
Okay.
This would take the wall out of the equation and put you on the ground. Oh, wow. Richard Runstrell doing Pelican Bay. Hey, where'd you see Richard? I haven't seen Richard. He pops up on my live streams on occasion, but I haven't seen a video from him in a while.
Yeah,
I
we'll
am
be honest, I'm
actually-
still surfing this morning.
Right.
I am. That's why I was hoping to try and do something just to try and ease off some form of. It's like here, this side's worse. All that there. I mean, I've never felt anything in my stomach like this before. It's just
It's good. Yep, Leo says, no wall, brother. Yeah, it's not that the wall is bad, but now you're taking it to the next logical level. The wall's the great place to start, and then you would progress to 4 counts, and then 1 pumps or 6 counts. And then eventually you're going to be doing Navy SEALs. I have no doubt that you'll be doing Navy SEALs. 3 pumps per rep.
see, I see Jace do it because he's like push up, then it's like right knee,
Yeah.
push up, left knee.
Yep.
And then push up again.
Leo says, abandon the wall, 4 counts on the ground. Got to start getting used to your body weight. Eric Point says, he messaged me on my video from yesterday. Oh, nice.
A little relaxing.
I started getting monetized because Richard runs trails. He said, hey, I'll help you. And he did. He must have played me on 4 or 5 different devices. And then I met other friends, one of whom is Goldie. So, and I'm surprised Goldie still shows up in my live streams after how much help she gave me, because I thought for sure she would be tired of my voice. She would have me playing on other devices for like all day, all through the night to help me out with watch hours. Excellent friend. But man, that's a lot of yogi. That's a lot of yogi.
I'm like that with Auntie Betty that came in the chat.
Hey, relaxing.
I mean, I play her 8-hour live stream and she did it at the fish tank.
Right. Eric Point says he's been doing shorts lately. I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm catching him. And Goldie is the best. Goldie is the best.
Because she had you muted.
So not only is she a helpful friend, she's smart.
Hey, Sungo.
Hey, Songo. You guys thought that was way too funny, man. Can't fault someone for being smart, that's for sure.
Well, if you're trying to concentrate on other things, I mean, I can understand why. Your voice is a distraction.
No, stop that.
Good way. I didn't say a bad way.
Hey,
I
I'll
didn't-
have you know, and Eric Lapointe can vouch for this. My voice, my live streams have helped many people fall asleep.
I'll hold both my hands up. right? And I will sit here and honestly say, I have fallen asleep listening to you.
Many have. Leo says, "Have a great afternoon, Yogi. Much love, brother. Wishing the nasal breathing session did you proud, man. It did. It did. I mentioned that in the comments. It was amazing.
Eric, she doesn't need to tell me anything.
I think she does.
No.
You know what? Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I get a little afraid of where you would be without the stern hand and guidance offered from Wendy.
Mm.
Eric Point says, "Facts, Yogi." Hey, Vincent.
I have. There's one morning, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning one. I just like woke up, came in, said hello, and then I just dropped off to sleep. Hey,
Yep.
Vincent.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what time of the day it is.
No, usually if it's your morning one, if I've had a bad night, then if I miraculously just jump up and like, right, I'm going to listen to you, say hello, and then you probably see me like, duh.
Vamps is singing, and I wonder, oh wonder.
What song's that from?
Don't know.
Sounds
How
like Led
this-
Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. There's a lyric in that sounds like Stairway to Heaven.
Right. After talking with Silly Jim Rats, I did YouTube. If you heard him sing Mexican Americans, which is a song from Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams, which I saw in 1983 with my best friend. I hadn't heard that. I probably haven't heard that song since 1983.
Cheech and Chong.
Yep.
The best duo that's ever lived.
The best who?
The best duo that's ever lived.
Cheech and Chong or Cheech
Mm.
or Chong?
Cheech and Chong. Cheech and Chong.
They're back together, making comedy again.
That's what I'm saying. Best duo ever.
My friend that I saw that with, I saw many movies with him. We listened to probably literally countless hours of music together. Passed away in March, had a massive heart attack. That when you start losing your best friends, that's when you start realizing your mortality. You know what I mean? You start realizing, man, I mean, this is my friend all through high school. The first girl I ever kissed passed away from, she had breast cancer. It spread to her brain, passed away last month. And I mean, 59 is not old, but this is when you start, lost my parents. Not to take this chat into a sad note. It's just, these are the things that the Buddha noticed.
This is where I come in. I'm 33, Eric, right? And even people my own age have perished. And it's
Right.
like you start guessing when's my time up.
Thank you, Goldie. I appreciate that.
So I know exactly what you're going through because I never told anybody this. I'll tell you. I was 16.
Hey, Sniper.
And hey, Sniper, I was on holiday with a foster carer. First day of the holiday went perfect. Couldn't fault it. Second day hit me like a freight train. what would happen if I wasn't here? What would happen to my family? Would they be all right?
Right.
And then then reverse itself. What happens if each and every single one of my family members was to go and have only one life? What would happen to me? That was the age of 16 that I have thought about death. Can't escape it.
That was the lesson the Buddha learned. His parents, especially his father, who was a king, shielded him from any harm because when he was born, it was predicted that he would either become a Buddha, which means the awakened one, or he would become a great king. And of course, his father, being a king, wanted him to inherit the kingdom. So he shielded him from death. He shielded him from any form of suffering. So the Buddha knew nothing about it until the age of 30, when he caught a glimpse of someone begging, suffering, lack of food. And then each day he went out and he saw someone, he saw a funeral pyre, someone being carried off to the flames. And he learned of suffering and he realized it was going to happen to him and everyone in his family. And it was a blow. He realized that. So hey, Tundra.
Tundra.
So he went out and wandered with the yogis until he could discover what was absolutely true. He didn't find his answer with the yogis, so he sat under the Budai tree and refused to move, meditating, deep meditation, until he awakened to the truth. And when he did, he had the Four Noble Truths. The first two are the important ones. Life is suffering. And life is suffering because we seek to hold that which can't be held. We cling to people, we cling to situations, we cling to all the things that are always changing. So we suffer. It seems like it would be a negative faith, a negative practice. So life is suffering. Man, that's horrible. Why would I want to be a Buddhist if life is suffering? Because Buddha shows you a way to escape suffering. And you do that through what he called the Eight Noble Paths of Yoga, or the Eightfold Path of Buddha. Very similar to yoga. It's a lot of similarities. And it's right mindfulness, right meditation, right living, right livelihood. And he outlines it. For me, studying Buddhism, devoting my life to yoga, it all came down to a simple principle in A Course in Miracles. Yes, life is suffering. Life is suffering because of what the Buddha said, because of what the yogis say. But the way to escape suffering is to realize that, yes, everything changes. The only way to escape suffering is to forgive. You probably knew that was coming, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's my theme. But man,
I mean,
honestly, I feel like, especially when we talked this morning, like you truly get it. Like it's like your heart is expanding. Which is awesome.
like I say, I don't really talk to Squirrel Sniper much, but when I do see him in chats, I pick things up. I mean, I'm just trying to get my head straight that I know there's a lot of nasty people out there, but to turn a negative into a positive.
Yeah. And you see it, you know what? There really aren't nasty people out there. There are only people who are lost. When you turn your back on them, does that help them find their way home? This is what you see Sniper. He acts as a guide. Can I guide you back home? So whenever it's
But now if the person doesn't want to take it, if the person doesn't want to take that help, then it's up to them.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. It's not up to us to make sure that they accept it. The only thing we do is offer it. And when we begin to offer it, everything becomes. Vamp says, "Why is your head crooked? Why is my head crooked? Probably genetics. I come from a long line of crooked-headed people. Dating all the way back to back in Scotland, back in the Klansman days, when my great grandfather, the original Eric the Crookedhead, is what they called him back in the clan, all the way down to me. Okay.
Vamps, I'll give you the truth. Mocha tried to do some chiropractic work to readjust his neck. Unfortunately, she just tilted his head a little bit more to the left.
She's actually
He's walking around. He walks around like this during the daytime. We don't get to see it.
she's actually I don't know if I told you, she's a massage therapist as well. Actually, a really good massage therapist. She used to get upset. I would never take her up on her massage. Thank you, Eric. We got a thumbs up. But she would work in the Air Force, and then she'd go to a part-time job as a massage therapist, and then she'd come home and say, "Well, you must be sore from your workouts and from training people all day. Let me give you a massage." And I was like, the last thing you should be doing is massaging me after you've been working in the Air Force all day and then massaging people. Can't do it. Song that says, "Who of your family was from Hungary, Yogi?" My grandmother was from Hungary. She was born there as a baby.
And used to make the best goulash known to.
It was my great grandmother that made the best goulash ever. I don't know if my grandmother made chicken. I know I'll pronounce this right. Goldie can't correct me. Chicken paprikash. Chicken paprikash. Eric Point says, "I love that meal. Goulash." Thank you, Eric LaPointe. Vamp says, "That's just who Mocha is, an awesome lady." Absolutely.
That's why in 2025. That's why in 2025, Yogi and Mocha are going to get rehitched. Hashtag true news. Hashtag true news.
Songha says, "I know that meal, Yogi. Do you like it?" Vamp says, "Nope, but close, Eric McCarty. I will keep working on it." Sniper says, "In 1980, I was 7, was a first responder to a stranger on the street of Soho at 5:30 on a Sunday. I had an early start in life about death." Yeah, I had
Do me a favor. Type it in chat.
Huh?
Type it in chat, and let me have a go at it. I'm closer to Hungary than you are. The chicken dish.
Oh, I could never spell it. It would be an impossible. If I can't say it, what makes you think I can spell it?
Because you can go on Google and just highlight it and then copy and paste it to your chat.
It seems like cheating. Yeah, I had early experiences with death as well. Loss of important people in my life at a young age probably is what shaped me to where I am now. But man, you guys heard me talk about my father, and I cannot have an extended conversation about my dad without still breaking down. I have. See, I'm not even sure. There we go. Man, there's a photo. It looks really good.
Goldie, is that a spelling error?
No, she's probably spelling it.
Right. So you got the way that Goldie was trying to pronounce it was like chicken paprika, right? So
right. This is the anglicized version.
So it'd be chicken paprika.
Right. She's putting it the authentic Hungarian way.
Yeah, so it'd be like
Stamper says he was getting breakfast at the time in a cafe in the building below when I heard a pop, pop, pop behind me towards Chinatown. That doesn't sound good. So am I correct that
Yeah,
it would
so
be
it's
a silent?
chicken paprika. Chicken paprika.
It would be a silent C.
So it'd be sirke paprikas. Paprika.
Hey, I want to add in real quick. Our friend Tandra what was it? Was it 1484 watch hours? If you're still there. So and 5 days being held, so she's effectively over 1,500 watch hours.
Paprika.
If you guys could help her out.
Cherry. Yeah, cherry. Cherry. Cherry.
Thank you, Eric. Get another thumbs up.
Come on, Stewie. So it'd be like chirk paprikas. Yeah. Chirky paprikas.
What do you want, Kat?
I think I got that right that time.
Take my supplement.
So, from now on, all the lives are going to be on my channel of my workout.
Oh yeah.
The S is a CH.
So,
Right, so it's a church paprika. I think I got something.
what's that? Oh,
Well, Goldie's saying the S is like a SH. Like a sh. So I'm saying like a church.
by the way,
Church paprikas.
Erica Point's Pelican Bay routine is up. If anyone wants to tune in to see it. I don't know if I know I can't drop channel links, but that doesn't mean that I can't drop video links. I think. I don't know. Hey, Danny. Let's give it a try.
Hey, Danny.
Danny, Tanya says, thanks, Yogi. Absolutely. So was I right about it? Was it 1484? Well, Eric Point says he heard some cops gun down a man in the street when I was a kid. That happens. Yeah. Danny says, Yogi, I have a question. The other day you were talking about the Susquehanna River. Have you been there? Yes. Lots and lots and lots of times. My family comes from north central Pennsylvania. They lived on a tributary, the Loyalsock Creek, or as they used to call it, the Loyalsock Creek, which runs into the Susquehanna. So we would go visit all throughout the year, and driving up from Maryland, you follow the Susquehanna all the way up through after York, Pennsylvania. You hit the Harrisburg and you hit the Susquehanna. Follow US 1115 all the way up to Williamsport. I love the Susquehanna. My first 10-mile trail race was along the Susquehanna River. Fished in it, swam in it.
And it's a bit. I mean, I've looked at the river from Google Maps.
Vamp
There's
says,
some beautiful catfish in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cypress says to Eric LaPointe, it was a guy on a bike with a gun jam. By the time I realized what was happening. Yeah, so Danny, you live like right on the Susquehanna, right? As does our friend Just One Sue. Vamp says, how are the trees, Eric LaPointe? Eric says, I did something for you at the end, Yogi, but you know what it is if you think about it. Psychos? You'll be doing Psychos one day, Stuart.
What's that?
Psychos are truly what they're named after. They are, you got to Google it up. You got to see it. I can't describe it. It's sort of like you're doing a Navy SEAL, but then when you come up, you don't come all the way up and you cross your arms underneath of you, and then you go back down and you cross your arm. It's absolutely crazy. Good, take a minute. It's actually, I got to kick you off, man. I got to hold my 5-minute rule after 45 minutes, and then come on back. Take 5 minutes and do me a favor. Go to YouTube and look up 4-count burpees and psycho burpees, and then come on back and let me know what you think. Because I do want you to see the 4-count burpees, because that really logically could be your next step if it's Jace approved.
If it's Jace approved.
Well, I don't want to undermine Jace because he's giving you guidance, and it's always good.
I know.
You know, this is
Right,
when
let me go. I'll go and Google. I'll Google before. Now I'm putting cycle burpees.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I will see you in a bit.
Tandra says, that's weird. When I type the number on its own, it shows on my phone, but not on my laptop. Huh. 1488 with 5 days being held. So at the very, very, very least, conservatively speaking, 1550. But it could be as high as 16. Eric says we did good, Goldie. Sniper says greetings, Danny. Vamp says awesome, Eric LaPointe. Danny says I live 45 minutes from the Susquehanna. South or north? Thank you, Eric. Danny's waving at Tandra. Oh, something yogi style. Okay. Nasal breathing, right? Got to be nasal breathing. Tanya says live today says, wow, 50 hours. See if that is right in 5 days. Oh, man, we're closing the gap. North of the Susquehanna River. Nice. Hey, have you ever been to Sullivan County? That's where my family's from. My family settled in Sullivan County in the early 1700s, in the mid 1700s. I was born in Western Pennsylvania. But when I was 15, I went to live in Northern Pennsylvania because I wanted to run wild in the mountains, and I did. Everyone says yes because Jace has a plan. Yep. That's why I was going to say the story. It's like when I teach people meditation, I ask them, stick with this for a while. And then, don't meditate for a day and then come to me and say, I need an advanced meditation, or this is too simple, or I'm not getting anything. You got to trust the method. And this is a form of meditation that's been around for 5,000 years. So like Eric Point says, Jace has a plan. So, I don't want to give Stuart too many suggestions. that he takes to Jason and say, hey, let's do this. But Leo had an excellent point with the 4 counts. Sniper says, if Michael Burkeen was here, I would be asking his thoughts on High Brazil and several other barren phantom islands set to lie in the Atlantic Ocean west of Ireland. What do you mean said? Sniper. So they're no longer. Point says, nice Tundra. I was looking for a bit. Tundra says, Eric, has it quieted down at work yet? Hey, Eric Lapointe, has anyone ever tried to return a Christmas tree after Christmas? The worst part of working retail was when people was not the days before Christmas, it was the day after, when everyone wanted to return something or exchange something or store credit. Has anyone ever came in and said, hey, this Christmas tree didn't work. I want to exchange it. I want to return it. Hey, Specs. Specs says, hi, Eric. Specs, my friend. It's awful nice to see you, my friend. Specs says, hi, Yogi. And hi to chat. Hey, how was your holiday? Danny's waving at Specs. Vamp says, hi there, lovely Specs appeal. Vamp is laughing. Sniper says, exactly, some maps before 1750. Interesting. Tanya says, thanks to Eric. So, with a few more people in the chat, I'm going to put my request in again. If you guys could just play a video, one video of Tanja, or better yet, put on a playlist. And the second, let's get her monetized by the second week of January. Can be done. Spec says it was awesome. I hope yours was too. Well, thank you. I'm glad it was awesome for you. And our friend Jacob's here. Hashtag Jacob Love. Colby says I lurk on Specs too. I do often as well. As well as Daisy's. I always try to have Daisy up. Vamp says, brother in the house. Eric Point says, I ask Yogi. Spec says, I appreciate you guys. We got some more jewels. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you guys still. And Specs, I appreciate you being here. Always appreciate seeing friends stop in whenever you can. Man, I know there's a lot of stuff going on YouTube, and not everyone has time to stop in. There's so many people to support. Man, you guys could be almost anywhere. So even the fact that you stop in just for a moment and say hi means an awful lot to me. We got more hashtag Jacob Love. Thank you, Jacob. You know Jacob's in the house when you have 7 people in the chat and 26 thumbs up. More Jacob Love. Thank you, Jacob. Vamp says, Brother Jacob, he tricked me. He did. He's tricked me before, too. Hey, Runner Boy. Speaking of watch hours, Runner Boy, how are you standing for watch hours? Let's see. Jacob says, don't leave, Miss Yogi. Yet. Got to run your numbers up. Thank you, Jacob. Has there ever been a more Jacob statement than that. Don't leave yet. Got to run your numbers up. It's like the most Jacob thing in the world to say, isn't it? Hey, don't leave yet. Let me help you some more, is what Jacob's saying. Boy says, I just stopped by in the future and I seen Stuart has a new name yet. Has a new name, Fishy Stuart. You think that's going to happen? Fishy Stuart? Stuart, 2130. I think you're going to take a big leap up. Says Eric, dig your tractor ride lives. More, please. One says you're losing gains, but not sleeping, runner boy. You're losing gains by not sleeping. It's a good point. You got to recover. Ripper Fisherman says slow, high spec sweetheart. We got more Jacob love. Danny says, Yogi, I have advice to give you. Watch out if there's spam out there. Use a people name when they come here. Check their handle. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that.
Specs, if you're wondering who the burpee fisherman is, me. Just in case you thought who it is. I just stopped by in the future and I seen Stuart has a new name. Fishy Stuart. No. No.
Eric says, nope, Jacob is the man, Yogi. I think he was one that made me do 100 psychos because of likes. Yeah, that would not surprise me in the least. But hey, he knew you needed those reps. 100 psychos. I don't know a whole lot of people who've ever done 100 psychos. And without Jacob's support, getting you those 100 likes.
I tell you something. I watched 2 shorts. In fact, probably 5 shorts in the space of time I've been off of here. The crazy, insane ones.
Psychos. That's Eric LaPointe's specialty.
Is he crazy?
Oh, yeah. No, he's psycho. Hey,
Eric, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to have to ask the ponytail question here. Are you the one that flew over the cuckoo's nest to do that sort of garbage?
Thank you, Jacob.
That is crazy. I mean, I just watched this. I'm not fishy. No, I'm not fishy.
I thought you liked that title from Leo.
Leo is the only one that's getting to call me it. He came up with it. He's the only one that can call me it.
Man, it's catching on now. Everyone was, and Leo's live stream, everyone was calling you fishy. Here's the thing. You are now a fixture. And hey, Brian.
Brian says you can call me it because you're my missus, aren't you?
Brian wants to know if you get your sets in today, Stuart.
I did. And I'm suffering for it. That's 2 lives in a row from yesterday and today.
Hey, so what do you think of the 4 counts?
The 4 counts was actually not bad. I actually saw them. I mean, it's like a rabbit position. Well, you can call them rabbit positions if you want to. So it's like bunny hopping. I saw that one.
Eric says Reaper and Brian Lane started it. Hey, you're right there with him. Here's the big 4. Reaper, Brian Lane, Eric LaPointe, and Paradox. as far as psychos are concerned? Brian says yes. Hey, Brian, what's new with you? Cypher's got an excellent point. It's not suffer, Stuart. That's your perspective. It's reward from his perspective. Brian says, I watched the movie and took a nap. No, so productive. That's pretty important. You did clean a lot. If you took a nap, it's because you needed a nap.
I completely 110% agree with Specs.
I agree too.
Naps are extremely important, productive.
What you could do is yoga nidra, which is yogic sleep. You've heard Bumblebee T talk about this as well. And it is that state in between sleep and wakefulness. It's also called psychic sleep or yogic sleep. And they say that 1 hour of yogic sleep, 1 hour of yoga nidra is the equivalent of 4 hours of regular sleep. So sometimes 20 minutes of yoga nidra is enough if you've had a bad night's sleep, or if you're stressed out, or if you need extra recovery. Yoga nidra, and you can put in yoga nidra. Actually, you can go to my channel, my community page, not my community page, my channel page, my playlist, whatever it's called, and I have selective yoga nidra from people that I like.
One short I did watch, it had 36 point something million views.
Well,
crazy. I mean,
Hey.
they said, "Oh, you're doing." I mean, one guy that I watched, because it was like a very small video.
Right.
He
Brian said-
explained it. He explained it, but he did actually do it, and I was like, "You're a waste of space."
Thanks, Eric. Brian says,
I'd rather
I've been-
watch someone do something just than they're talking about it.
right.
Talking about it makes no sense.
I've been building steady for 6 years. I felt my body was falling apart. Beck says, thanks, Stuart. We got more Jacob love from Jacob. Thanks, Jacob. Brian says, I did do yoga and push-ups and then danced in the kitchen. You got to dance in the kitchen. Spontaneous dancing for the sheer joy of dancing is awesome.
Oh,
Thank you, Eric.
talk about my last conversation that I had with we're on about Eric Lapointe and Dan. Dan, who is, as you know, poor man's Jim. He doesn't want to touch or do anything with Eric Lapointe. He says you never mess with a farmer.
That's a good point.
And of
Farmer
course,
Street.
my comment back to Dan was, "Are you scared in case Eric Lapointe comes up with a pitchfork or something
be.
to along that effect?"
Brian says, just wanted to check in. It's going to eat a bite. Ta-ta, everyone. Good night. Good night, Brian. I appreciate you popping in.
So
Hold on 1 second.
basically,
I want to ask Eric Lapointe for a favor. Hey, Eric, could I ask a big favor from you? Could you drop a link from one of your shorts of you doing psychos so Stuart can see you doing psycho burpees?
or can you send it to Eric, and then Eric can send it to me?
I was thinking posting it here.
Yogi. I
on,
can't touch on link. I can't tap on links.
Oh.
Vertical live
Okay,
streams.
okay.
I've said this. Links don't work.
Right. Well, if he puts it here, I'll click on it, and then I'll just put the link on I'll send it to you on Facebook.
Perfect. No, that's what I mean.
Vamp says, why the pitchfork when he has a wood chipper? Excellent point.
I wasn't want to go down that route. I thought Pitchfork would have been ideal.
I don't know, man. There's something pretty scary about a wood chipper. I can defend myself against it.
It's got uses. Wood chipper's definitely got its uses. I could cure the world with a wood chipper.
You think so?
Oh, I know so.
Brian says he's
But
the type of dude.
I'm not like to think of nasty thoughts. You see, it's just a thought.
Right. Brian says he's the type of dude to go riding into battle on a goat with a slingshot. That's the kind of dude that I want watching my back. That's for sure. Who would be crazy enough to mess with a guy on a goat with a slingshot? Because you know he's crazy.
Not if you were to feed it to pigs, though, Vamps. Or should I
This is
say
true,
Goldie?
Sniper. Sniper says I've stopped having the 10-minute naps during the day in between the buttresses of trees, as a 10-minute sleeps end up an hour. If not nudged to wake up. Tree energy is good for relaxation. It is. It's very healing too.
This is why I'm more leaning on Squirrel Sniper. Me and him are, I think, on the same wavelength, sort of.
Let's see. Sniper says, Brian, Matthew White, you're hired, but when we land the boats, I'm the one fire them. Gotcha.
Hey, Jacob.
Brian says, thanks for the laugh. We got
Night,
more
night,
Jacob
Brian.
love. Good night, Brian. Thanks for popping in, my friend. Vamp says, I love making people laugh. You do a good job of it. You always have.
Here, Yogi.
Yep.
That design that's on your t-shirt.
You got what?
That design that's on your t-shirt.
No idea what it is.
That'd be awesome as a tattoo.
I got it I got this shirt in a bargain bin somewhere.
That's an awesome t-shirt, man. And listen, there's nothing compared to that. I prefer your t-shirt because I got teddy bear.
That would be a good
Yeah,
tattoo.
that used to be mine.
This used to be Wendy's.
I think it'd make a good tattoo.
So she said,
Vamp says, I don't mind if pigs have an enjoyable picnic. No, me neither.
He says that that teddy bear's okay, but Specs is like should have a tattoo of my teddy bear.
Winter Boy says, when we go to war, I'll be the flag holder. It's stay in the back. Spec says, I like the shirt. Do you have any tattoos?
No, but I want one.
Specs, do you have any tattoos? Next point says, I'm not sure how to do it right now, but I'll go to my playlist of burpees, shorts, and you'll see some psychos. There
I'll
you go.
find your channel. I'll find your channel.
Stephen says it's almost like the Phoenix. Yeah, it is. Point says, no, the flag holder is the first running boy. That's the first person I'd take out. Flag holder. I want the easiest target. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Joshua, do you have any tattoos? Let's see. Spec says the proverbial tramp stamps, San Francisco Giants logo, nice, and a peace sign on my left foot. Awesome. I like all of that. So I'm gonna ask a weird question. So Specs, are you a San Francisco Giant fan? Stephen says it's childcare bear before his eye injury story. Jamie says hi to Specs. Hey, fitness junkies, how are you, my friend?
Hey, fitness.
I'm gearing up for that plank challenge. If you guys care to take a wander over to Extreme Fitness Junkies channel, 201 subscribers.
I go to Eric Lapointe. Search bar. YouTube.
Joshua says I have 2 tattoos. Nice. You need to step it up, according to Eric Lapointe. Let's see. We got a link drop from Fitness Junkies. What do we got here? Did I see veggie chips? I did. Garden veggie straws, sea salt. This will be premiering in 118 minutes. December 29th. That's going to be at 8:30.
When you going live again, Runner Boy?
Joshua says hello, Yogi and Stuart. Spec says, what are your tattoos, Joshua? Wonder Boy says, Yogi quotes, I take out the flag holder first. Yeah, I did say that. I stand by that. I stand by that statement. You can put that on my
I can't-
tombstone.
I can't believe that you take out Runner Boy.
I didn't say Runner Boy specifically. I said I take out the flag holder first. But here's the thing. On my tombstone, it's probably going to read the flag holder got there first. The flag holder got him first.
Oh,
It's all fun and games until you mess with the flag holder. Let's see. Fitness Junkie says, Eric, what's up?
yeah, but I can just put in Eric Lapointe burpees or Eric Lapointe on tractor. It'll still come up.
Jacob says, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, if you haven't. Please, and
50
thank you for all
likes.
your love and support, Mr. Yogi Brother. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you for everything you do. Man, 51 thumbs up. Thanks to our good friend,
Mhm.
Jacob. Sniper says, let's get 50. We're there, Sniper, 51. Josh says, Specs, let me see if my short videos show it. Be right back.
Hey, Goldie.
Fitness Junkie says, his first premiere. It took me a while to put it together. Awesome. So, guys, if you can check it out, it'll be at 8:30.
Now, I've got a question to ask your chat.
Yep.
Does
Runner Boy's gonna
anybody
do it.
know how to do logos?
I don't. We got a short from Joshua. He's going to do a dance, and he's showing off the tattoos. What do we got? I can't really see what they are. I did watch this one before. Got some serious flexing going on. Showing off the guns. And there's hashtag WWE. Or not a hashtag, but an @.
Mm-hmm.
Spec says, thank you, Joshua. Nathan says, say to Eric Lapointe, early Happy New Year's. I know Eric Lapointe has a tattoo. Jacob says, thank you guys so much. We're in this together. Love this community. You guys are awesome. Much love and respect to you all. Thank you, Jacob. Much love and respect to you. Jamie says, hi, Goldie. So if you said you want a tattoo, what would you get? Shawn Michaels. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Extreme Fitness Junkie says hi to Jacob Colby. Subscribe to Extreme Fitness Junkies. Yeah, I hope everyone here has connected with Extreme Fitness Junkies.
Stewie the Burpia.
That's actually a really good title.
That's also a good title. I can't believe Nathan Hamblin, whoever I think I might know who that is.
Oh, you know who it is.
Yeah. Why would he call me Stuart the Fish Whisperer? What?
Eric the Point says, if I get 10K subs, I'll get a Yogi tattoo. All right, guys, you know what you got to do. Hey, Jacob, Jacob can get this done. Jacob Amir can get 10K for Eric Lapointe, and he gets a Yogi tattoo. Man, yeah. I'm gonna start making all kinds of other accounts just to get this done. We're actually Eric Lapointe. Where are you, subwise? I haven't checked in a bit. $1.8.
How are you, Dan? Hey, Jim Rat. To get that giggle.
That's nice, Eric. 1.8. You know, back in June, Eric Lapointe said he wanted to get 50 subs so he could start doing burpees on a live stream. Just back in June. 6 months ago. Not even quite 6 months. Amazing to watch somebody build their channel like that. To me, it's textbook. This is how you do it. And if Eric Lapointe, the only reason he's not monetized is basically because of Christmas, because it caught all of his attention. But if he had just a little more free time, he easily could have been monetized by now. Basically, Jim Rat, how are you, my friend? Dan says just got done with more pain. Jacob says he's already subscribed to Fitness Junkies.
I'm going to try and see if I can get in touch with Runner Boy. But I don't know if he's got an email or whatever. Has he ever been in contact with you out of YouTube?
Nope. Spec says, do you see how many views Joshua got for his last live? Amazing. 73K or something wild. I did see, and that is absolutely amazing. But hey, man, when you are amazing and energetic, things like that happen. So, man, I had thought about something like that for my channel, but I only came up with, instead of amazing and energetic, it was slightly interesting and lethargic, which didn't make for a very good title. The slightly interesting and lethargic Yogi just doesn't have the same ring as the amazing, energetic Joshua. Eric Point says, true, thumbs up. Thank you to Yogi.
Specs, look at me. I'll be honest. I mean, if you miss running, you can always do workouts in your house. I do. Jace does. Yogi does. Poor man goes outside and does exercises. Eric Lapointe probably does both.
Hey, Specs, have you ever thought about doing some yoga? It will help a little bit with lung capacity. It would tone. It would give you a mild cardio workout. Of course, you could make it a harder cardio workout if you wanted. Eric says, well, Specs, congratulations. Joshua is the man. Yeah, Joshua is the man. Joshua knows how to, Specs, it's just so good. Funny, Yogi. Joshua knows how to do live streams. That's for sure. Jacob is going to move on to the next slide to support.
If I answer this, remember, you send me an email. My email's in my about section of my channel. Water is not wet since wetness is the ability of a liquid to stick to a solid. Then what is water? Wet or dry?
Well, when you ponder that, let me finish off with Jacob. Much love and respect, brother Mr. Yogi. Yep. Jacob, thank you so much, my friend. Eric Point says, you just missed it, Yogi. So close to Joshua. I was that close. Joshua says, Specs appeal, thank you. Yeah, there's Specs, there's Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, all of which would be extremely helpful. Joshua says, Eric, thank you. And he's laughing. Specs says, I did yoga when I was in college and loved it. That is a great idea. Happy to help you with that too. Joshua says, guys, I posted my picture of my tattoos in my community. All right. I'm on my way.
Try to work this out.
Specs says, thanks, Yogi. Super idea. That makes me happy. You're on your own with riddles, man. I can't help you with that. Let's see. Joshua's laughing. Specs says, I saw them. So cool, Joshua. Mine is small and compared. Just sure you never answered. If you were to get a tattoo, what would you get?
I've always wanted the Sons of Anarchy logo on my back. Like Sons of Anarchy, the Grim Reaper, and then Scotland underneath.
Nice.
Not California, Scotland.
Right.
And then I'd have your tribal one that's on your t-shirt, but I'd have it going in the opposite direction down my arm.
Cool. Hey, those are
To
nice looking
answer it.
tattoos, Joshua. I like them. Burner Boy says the answer is does not matter. All information made to fit our views. So it's what you think it is. Specs says a fly.
It's wet, then it turns dry.
Joshua
Fish have got
says,
to live in water, so it's got to be wet.
let me see your tattoo, Specs Appeal. All of them, please. Says Joshua. Specs says, oh, that's so cool. And Specs says, I'm in her next live stream. There you go, guys.
Sweet.
Yep, more reasons to tune in.
Honestly, I love Specs' channel. I really do.
Yep. What I appreciate about Specs is she is authentically Specs in every moment. You get where she is. She doesn't hide it. If she is feeling vulnerable, she is there feeling vulnerable. Unafraid to be who she is. Specs says weirdest lives ever on my page. Something to be extremely proud of, my friend.
I wouldn't say they're weird, Specs. They're not weird.
Specs says, thanks for saying that. Absolutely, Specs.
Oh.
You know what? That's Specs, that's so important. What you do is because you show people that when you're vulnerable, when you're scared, that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be scared.
I think Specs' channel is authentic.
Yep. Specs says that is maybe the kindest thing anyone ever said to me. Yogi, sure too. And plus, it's true. That's why Specs' channel is great. By the way, expect a passenger pigeon from Runaway. He's going to send you a letter by passenger pigeon. We need to get Runaway back on YouTube. Specs says, I love you guys so hard.
Runner boy, you surely know how to send an email.
Oh, thanks, Specs.
You're welcome, Specs. I mean, as I said, I think Specs' channel's like really authentic. She does what she puts herself out to be, and as you say, she's vulnerable, but at the same time, we are there to support her.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, like Specs, Daisy, Tundra, all people that I like to go, even if I don't have an opportunity to chat, I like having them up and just giving some silent support. Devin says a Pelican drop a parcel, Runner Boy.
I was going to say, is Daisy wanting monetized?
Yep. So right now, I like having. I'll put Daisy up whenever she's live. I try to have her up. My big focus, is on our friend Tundra and Runner Boy. I try to get Runner Boy up at least one video a day for Runner Boy, if not a whole playlist. Do you hear it, Stuart? The sound of squawk, squawk. Rick says, I love my silent supporters more than they know. I am happy to be one, Specs.
How did I get in touch with? I'm asking Runner Boy. All I'm saying is, send me an email. I will give you my mobile number, and then I can contact you.
Here's the mistake you're making, Stuart. You were trying to have a logical conversation with Runner Boy. It's not going to happen. You got to speak Runner Boyism. You got to talk to Runner Boy like Runner Boy. So where can I send my passenger pigeon in return to get in touch with your passenger pigeon? You got to speak Runner Boyism.
How old is Runner Boy? Surely he must be younger than me.
21 or 23. I don't remember which.
Right,
Let's
so
see. Extreme Fitness Junkie says Specs just sub to you. Awesome. Fitness Junkie, you're gonna love her live streams. Eric Point says Specs is great. Specs says same Chandra, nice to meet you. Hey Specs, you're gonna love Tandra's live streams and her playlist. And I'm gonna tell you something. I think Tundra has taken loops to a whole nother artistic level. You know that?
I'm still waiting. I still don't know how to even do a loop.
I tried with varying degrees of success. But like I said, Tandra's made it an art form. And it's really, really amazing to watch. I'm not sure everyone can do that. I've seen others where others look like an effort to gain like watch hours or an effort to get, which is good. Nothing the matter with that. But Tandra's elevated it. Where you
Right,
just
here's a question. Here's a
that?
question. You know that Jason and I do these split screens like what you're doing just now?
Say that again?
You know what you do these split screens, right?
Right.
So, I want to, just say for instance, challenge Runner Boy to a split screen. As I've already said, he's going to be my 100th burpee. We're meant to be doing it together. How do I get in touch with him to do a split screen? Are you listening, Runner Boy? Are you registering what I'm saying to you? Probably not. Pointless.
Probably not. Runner Boy says, Sergey, you should do a loop of reading a passage or something. That's a good idea. Runner Boy, that's a really good idea. Tanya says, thanks, Eric and Yogi. Let me think about that. Spec says, sorry guys, my eyes are getting blurry. I'm going to switch to the TV, but I'm reading along there. That's okay. We're going to be actually shutting down in about 5 to 10 minutes.
What does that even mean, runner boy?
Again, you're trying to understand Runner Boy. Why are you doing this to yourself? Are you torturing yourself for something you feel bad about? Then you feel like you need to
Things are the
torture
way of
yourself
working
enough?
out, Stuart. Right, so I'll rephrase the question. Things are the way of working out. Runner boy, to what degree?
Trust in the passenger pigeon.
He's meant to be my 100th birthday burpee
Hey, Selma.
challenger. He said Pokeball.
Goldie
Come on, master.
says, hi there, Selma. Spec says, love you, Selma. Selma
Hey,
says, hi,
Selma.
Eric. Thank you, Eric.
It's too late now. Selma's here.
What's that?
What time is it?
It's full circle, sort. No degree. Selma says, love you too, Specs, my girl. We got some those spooky emojis from Fitness Junkies. Hey guys, don't forget to check out Fitness Junkies' first premiere coming up. It is at 8:30
Selma,
Eastern Time.
I'm not gonna play it this tonight, but just to say, I did this last night when you weren't here.
Hey, Mercy.
Hi, Mercy, sweetheart. This year is going to challenge your fart box.
Tonight, Eric. Tonight, Eric LaPointe.
Good night, Eric.
Hey, Fitness Junkies, could you drop the link one more time? Mercy says, like done. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mercy, sweetheart.
Yep, that brings me up to 55. Nice. So it says, challenge is on, Stuart.
I'm not playing it this time of night, so you're gonna have to come into an earlier live stream. But this beats all.
Mercy says, hi, Stuart. Good evening.
Well, yes, it's near enough morning where we are, Mercy. Near enough morning. Yes, and I got the first fart joke in of the day.
True. Hey, Eric, Fitness Junkie, drop the link again. Hey, Marie. Marie says, hey, just got out of the shower.
Hi, Marie.
Runner Boy says, is that rib story? We got a song from Selma.
Will you care to sing it?
No.
Why?
I'm going to tell you something honestly here. I've had a couple people mention in messages that they have issues with discussions of bodily functions. It bothers them. So I said that I would do my best to try to steer things in the other direction. Not everyone, but some people. So that's why we originally.
Where's the sense of humor?
Well, but just some people are sensitive about it. It's not about sense of humor or not. Just some people are. So if people are, they are. Everyone has their things. Like with Mocha, I forget what it's called. Eric Point says, I understand that, Yogi. Mocha's very sensitive to the sound of people chewing. Enough where it will, like in a restaurant, she'll want to switch tables. Whatever people have, they have. You know what I mean? Just some people have things that are whatever that affects
I
them.
can understand the chewing part.
Right. And for other people it's bodily functions or whatever. Fitness says yes, discussing, no doubt. So that's why we had the limited of one one Selma fart joke per day. Selma says, shout out to Toy Pups. Absolutely.
I'm just saying that I've got something that will defeat her little machine.
Marie says, why are we all still wearing white and gray shorts, Yogi? Yesterday was white. Today is gray. I'm switching
I'm
it up.
wearing white.
I try to
I'm
keep
with
you guys
teddy bear.
guessing.
I've got teddy bear. I've got mascot.
I have like 4 shirts in rotation. Runner Boy or Eric says, I can't take balloon noise. It's a weakness. Do you mean when they're being deflated?
Oh yeah.
Someone said, shout out to my girl Specs.
Wait. See it properly. There you go.
Nice.
There's a teddy bear.
Marie says, like Stuart's shirt better. Fortunately, I've retired from t-shirt competition. Actually, 2001 was my last official t-shirt competition. I decided the pressure was just too much, man. Trying to compete to who's got the best t-shirt. So I stepped aside. I'm happy to concede. Stuart has the better shirt. However, this cost like 98 cents in a bargain bin. It's not bad.
I love that T-shirt though.
I'll send it to you.
Done. What size is it?
I think it's a large. By the time it gets there, you will be a slim vegan yogi burpee machine.
I didn't say nothing about being a vegan.
Thought I'd slip it in. I thought I'd slip it in there. Someone says, I like Pooh Bear. All about Florida sports gear. Heat, Marlins, Panthers. Somehow I didn't see the Dolphins in there. Oh, there you go. Dolphins.
There's another team. There's another team.
What's that?
Where's the Seminoles?
Oh, yeah.
Can't forget Fishhead Videos' favourite team. You gotta have this, if you're gonna go Dolphins, you go fins up.
Dolphins, only undefeated football team ever. Perfect season, 1971. Bob Greasy, Larry Zonka, Jim Kick, Marky Morris. I loved Larry Zonka as a kid. Marie says, what are your favorite animals? I like foxes. I love foxes too. Matter of fact, I got a brand new fox video I posted, and maybe I'll post one tonight. Just the other day, doing some nature shorts. A very synchronistic moment.
I've got a video on my channel of foxes.
Nice.
In my videos, I got videos of foxes.
Let's see. Yeah, Don Shula. Yep. And that's right. Moles and gators still. Someone likes foxes. I also like bears. And I like owls. I like hawks.
You're on about owls. We had one
Groundhogs.
here, about 3-4 weeks ago? A month ago? Well, within a month ago. It came in the garden 4 times each night, like 4 nights in a row. I was
Nice.
like very close.
Milk and I have an owl policy. Whenever we hear them, we have to follow until we find the tree that they're hooting under. Fortunately, I know where 2 owls have made their nest for the last year. So I can go almost every day. I can go and find them in the daytime and get some good shots. Eric Point says, no, balloons being rubbed is enough to make me pop every balloon in reach.
Oh.
Yeah, so we all have things,
When you try and like squeak the balloon, okay.
Right.
Oh,
When you blow a balloon up, when you rub it, it's that sound. Eric the Point hates it.
We get a fish and bear from Silly Jim Rat. Hey,
Bear
Jim Rat.
fish.
And a bear
Bear,
fish. Yep.
fish, bear.
I went and listened to Cheech and Chong, Mexican Americans, after you sang that. Eric Point says, that's cool, Yogi, on the owls. Yeah, I love trying to track them and to find that tree.
You don't need to go far here. They actually sit in your aerial in the house.
What?
Owls.
Jim Ratz, it says Yogi and Fishy.
Tandra. Good question. I feel ecstatic, being one word. I feel
You too, Fitness Junkies. Thanks for dropping that link.
I'm trying to think what else I could. Ecstatic for one thing that I'm actually doing this.
Yeah, you can start to feel good within yourself.
I mean, and as I say, this is like one thing that I never thought I'd do, but I mean, it's just like Jace is giving me inspiration, Yogi himself, other people, Dan, I suppose, obviously Eric Lapointe, Leo, and I suppose, to be honest,
Now I get it. Yogi and Fishy. Yogi Bear and the fish. So what Jim Rock says, those emojis mean Yogi and Fishy.
what's his name? Runner Boy to a certain extent. But yeah,
You know, your face looks thinner.
it can't be that quick.
Of course it can. Lots of different reasons. Zephyr says, I have one Cheech and Chong going around my head now, Eric. It's a rude one. With your left leg on my shoulder, with your right leg on my shoulder. Gotcha. I might have to Google that up before bed tonight.
This is just going back to the days of how I tried to save you.
Oh, you what?
I tried to save you from
Sleep.
excruciating embarrassment.
I'm never embarrassed.
I got you a hole
Phil, I'm not embarrassed to be embarrassed, if that makes sense.
though. No, but I got you out of a hole.
Were you talking about
That
the
you
hole
were-
too?
Mm,
What do you mean you got me out of the hole? You put me in the hole.
I didn't put you in no hole
You sent me the video.
to explain to you.
I was in, for me, ignorance is truly bliss. I don't need to know the bad things of the world.
It wasn't a bad thing. I was just trying to explain to you.
I could have been perfectly content to never have seen that video ever. And then you and Ginger, and I'm not even going to bring it up, but you both know what you did. Wonder where Ginger's been. I haven't seen him in a while. Jim Rat says, much love, brothers. Much love to you. Oh, Cypher
You
says,
think
I'll
I
send
look
you the link.
thinner?
See, I told you.
I don't think I look thinner.
The first place you ever notice it is in the face. That's when you can tell. So, man, take it. Eric the Point sees. I see. Yogi
Well, thank
Skibidi.
you.
Skibidi. What do you think of that, Stuart?
Mm-hmm.
Ray says, I agree with Stuart. Eric the Point says, me and Yogi have heard it all. We can't be insulted. Absolutely true. 100%. Eric Point, I know what you're talking about. Yogi, Ginger. Yep. Not going to go down that road.
I was just merely trying to explain.
Marie says, I don't see a change about Stuart. Well, for one, you got to sort of know what you're looking at. Having trained people for much of my life, became a personal trainer in the 1980s. So I had my own business through all the 2000s. Jim Rat says make a poll.
Go for it. Go for it. Just make a poll. Let's just go for it.
I'm going to bed. So you
Yeah,
guys get one
I think-
chance to vote. One chance to vote.
One
then I'm going to go to
chance.
bed. How should I word it?
I don't know. Is there any difference with Stu?
An appearance. Any difference in appearance?
Mm-hmm.
Stew or fishy?
Oh,
All right. Stew. All right. Everyone gets one chance to vote, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Jim Rat says, I can see a glow in his face. It's always, I'm telling you, you notice it in the face first. And when I say that I've been training people forever, literally forever, you notice those things. Eric Lapointe has, he was an athlete all through school. You can see when people are in shape. You can see when people are starting to get in shape. Tanya says yes. Eric Lapointe says, but oh no, it's fishy. Marie says, the only thing I notice is his beard's bigger. The beard's the same size. His face is smaller. That's the difference. Everyone's like, his beard's getting bigger. Nope. The beard's the same size, but your head's getting smaller. Hey, Pokemon. Pokemon says, hello, everyone. Good to see you. I see a difference. He definitely looks like he showered today. Eric points to his Pokemon. Jim Rat says, you look big because his face is smaller. You see? Eric Point says, true. He says, his head isn't getting smaller. Hey, are you weighing yourself? Are you doing weigh-ins? It's good to have a metric. This is where I start. You could even do before and after pictures. You don't have to show them anyone. These are for you.
yeah. I mean, I don't have a set of scales, right? I don't.
If
The
I were you,
closest place for Hmm?
I would do blood pressure. I would do weight. I would do photos.
Well, the place I can get that done is a doctor's.
There you go. It's always good to have an appointment if you're able to get it. Yes, 75% say yes. It's noticeable. Man, you know what, Stuart? If I could give you one assignment, it would be embrace the positive changes that are happening to you. If someone
I
says,
am.
and the only reason I said that is because I know what I'm looking at from experience. And remember my own example, I've been as heavy as 220 and as light as when I was ultra running, like 140. So I see how my own face responds to what I'm doing. I see it in other people that I've trained. So I'm not blowing smoke. When I tell you something in
Mhm.
all seriousness, I'm telling it because
I know that.
as a professional,
I just don't see. It's this bus tire.
right?
It's still there. But I tell you one thing, my abs hurt.
That's good. That's a hard place for some people to get sore. Like Mocha hardly ever gets sore. I can put her through a really tough ab routine. Her abs never get sore. Tanya says we won't know who Stuart is in 6 weeks, new man. And 6 weeks goes by so fast, especially when you're putting in that work so often. Eric Point says yes. Yes, for you, it pays off before and after. Definitely. We get a flex from Jim Rat. Salute Eric Lapointe from Pokemon. Let's see. Marie says the difference is Yogi having a different shirt on. That doesn't happen every day, by the way. I have been known to wear the same shirt for days on end. Much to the annoyance of Milka, by the way. She's like, "Are you gonna wash that shirt?" Like, no, not anytime soon. Eric Point says I was 240, maybe 210 now, Stuart, and that was in 6 months, which isn't that long of a time. And he didn't really diet.
Really?
Yep. Eric, all right, before I go to bed, Eric Lapointe, did you do anything special with your diet? He might have, he might eat a little better, but I don't think he did anything drastic. Let's see. Oi says, well, I'm intimidated. Everyone here is a mod. Hey, come on back tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. I appreciate you coming in this morning. Eric Point says, yep. So nothing special. I mentioned this to you before. For me, it's more important what you add in than what you take out, at least at first. If you add a serving of greens every day, Oi says, worse? No. Nope. Better, my friend. It's always better when you're here. Just a little less, but with slips.
I mean, I will be honest, I've still never touched a bottle of Cocos beside me. The only thing I have touched fizzy is this.
Nice. Success builds upon success. Boy, I appreciate that, my
Yeah.
friend. So the more the little successes add up, the more fuel for the fire. Jim says it started with cutting soda and progressed from there. Nice. That's how to do it. It's the little things. If you were to add in one small bowl of greens, a salad a day, big changes would start happening. Now, if you were to add 1 cup of legumes of your choice, half a cup of lentils, even bigger changes would start happening. Just those 2 things. Start with that. And don't take anything else out.
I had chicken and bacon Caesar wraps today. They were tasty.
Nice. Next point says sugar-free is a must on soda. You'll get used to it.
I don't like sugar-free juice.
Next point says don't drink your calories. This is important. It is important. How much water do you drink a day?
How much?
Water. Hey, okay.
Well, I don't drink water, so that's why I got the bottle of Ribena. So
Start drinking water. You'll be amazed what happens to your body and your health. Let's see. Oi says, okay, if you take 1 gram of protein to 1 pound of weight, for example, 150-pound person, 150 grams of protein. Jim Rat says, drink only water. It's possible, and you need the energy. Yeah, I only drink water except for a cup of coffee in the morning and 1 cup of green tea. Jim Rat says, only water from now on, please, Fishy. You'll be surprised at the change.
what about coffee?
Do you have a cup of coffee a day?
I like tea and
Just,
coffee. I don't drink water on its own.
you got to. You have to. It's all important. Your entire health will change when you start drinking water. Caffeine can be dehydrating. So you could be chronically dehydrated and not even know it.
I've got my fruit tea bags right enough.
Pick 2 days a week, Stuart, of water to start. Coffee without creamer. Jamie says, hi to Mercy. Here's the key. It has to be digestible. Good point. Okay says, I've been lacking in drinking water, especially at night. Jimmy says, trust what we say about water, Fishy. Absolutely. It is all, it could be the most important thing you can do with your health. You'll also, it'll accelerate fat loss. And it'll detox.
I mean, I've got fruit tea sitting through there. I can have them.
Here's my suggestion. Let's see. Oi says there's a way to use whey powder and milk. You boil it until it boils, and then it's pure digestible protein or something like that. Look into it. It works. I'll look into it. Thanks. Jim Rat says it'll blow your mind, the power of water, of just water. Absolutely. But here's what I would ask you to do. Don't cut out your regular drink just yet, but start drinking water.
I'll try.
So you can still have whatever it is you like to drink, still have it, but start adding in water. If you can add in two 8-ounce glasses a day.
So
You
what's
need
8
more.
ounces? Is that like a pint or something?
Let me check. So eventually you'll want to cut out all that other stuff, but let it go out of your diet completely on its own. The more good stuff you start putting in, the bad stuff leaves without you even making any effort.
Because I usually have a what do you call it? I usually have like if I'm doing my exercises, I like to have like Ribena, but I don't have it overly strong.
8 ounces is 2 pints. So try to have 4 pints a day. To start.
I say the only way I usually drink water is if I put like fruit juice in it. I mean,
Or
it's still
says,
better than fizzy Coke.
Right.
I know that.
Stuart says, this may be overwhelming, Stuart, but small steps, buddy. This is just a start. Yeah, that's why I said it's better to start adding stuff in than taking stuff out. Nobody wants to be told, take this out of your diet, take that, because they always argue, but I love this, which is a fair point. So add stuff in. When you add good stuff in, the bad stuff starts to drop completely on its own.
I made a pot of what is it? Mince. Got mince, onions, peppers, chestnut mushrooms,
Nice.
Mexican rice, chopped tomatoes, taco beans that were in with the rice. It was Mexican rice.
Right.
You know, like Uncle Ben stuff.
Yep. Jim Rat says, don't say you're going to try. Say you're going to do it, Fishy, and do it. Come on, man. We're rooting for you. Yep, sure. 16 ounces is a pint. Jim Rat says, remember, it starts with a positive mind. Tell your mind you're going to drink more water, and your body will follow. Excellent point. So this movie is called Pray for the Devil. Well, look for it, Selma. Thank you. Get everything out there is GMO or chemicals. Yeah, man, it's so prevalent, isn't it? Look, when it says 16 ounces is a pint and a pound. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so shoot for 16 ounces a day. Most importantly, hydrate in the morning when you get up. So you could have 8 ounces first thing in the morning. Always says the best way to do it is pick 2 things that you like that are organic and clean. The rest will follow. Excellent advice. Thank you. Point says, yeah, I agree. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. Man, this is my longest live stream in a while. 2 hours coming up. So much for 5 minutes, Stuart. That's a flexible 5. When it stretches out to 60, that's a flexible 5. Eric Point says, chug it, Stuart. Selma says, I slay so hard, you do. Thanks for the jewel, Eric. Oh, it says, cool room. Thanks. I appreciate that. And hey, you definitely helped make it cool. Jim Rat says, much love to you all. Much love to you, Jim Rat. Eric Point is laughing. Runner Boy has his loop live up now. Awesome. And if anyone can watch some videos of Runner Boy. Someone says, I love you guys. We love you too, Selma. Thank you.
I will.
Eric Point says, another
Run
great live.
videos. I will
Thank you,
run
Eric.
videos for Runner Boy if he gets in touch with me.
There you go. We'll see what he has to say about that.
I'll play my
And
his own game.
58 thumbs up. Thanks
I will,
to
I will play my his own game.
thanks again, Eric. All right, I gotta go to bed. Definitely
See you
late for
later,
me.
Yogi.
Good night. I will see everyone later. Everything should be on track. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning, but it shouldn't affect my live stream or my workout. I'll be doing 4 live streams tomorrow because I'll be live streaming my workout. Eric Point says 59 thumbs up. 59, awesome. Jim Rat says awesome live, guys. Thank you, Jim Rat. Thanks for help making it awesome. And thank you for the
I'll
encouragement to our friend
I will
Stuart.
see what I can do. I will see what I can do.
Voice says the clap or. Selma says, let's get to 90 likes. That would be nice, Selma. I got to go to bed, though. It is late for me. So I'll see everyone tomorrow. Let's keep us posted on how it goes, Stuart.
Oh, well.
If you get that water in first thing in the morning, it's over and done with. Thanks, Eric. Let's see. Jamie says, thanks,
I do like.
Thank you, Jamie.
I do like the fruit juices. I mean, I say it won't be much, so I mean I'll dilute it because you have to dilute the stuff with water.
Right. Eric Point says, good night. Good night, Eric. And Runner Boy's loop is up and live. Let's see. Always happens. Says, cool room. Appreciate that. We got more jewels.
I was hoping that Runner Boy would have got back to me on that comment that I made.
Like I said, man, don't try to understand Runner Boy. Well, he wants to know how long you smoked for. Last question of the night.
Since I was 17.
Stuart, press the fart
No,
machine.
Too late at night.
It is late. All right, guys. I'm logging off. I'm going to see everyone later. Take care,
Love
and I'll
you,
see you
Yogi.
tomorrow. Yep. Love you too, my friend.
Tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.